Hello to all my fellow shut-ins. How are you all doing? Just need a bit of hand cream. Just been washing my hands, so I need some hand cream. Oh dear. How many of us are using gallons of hand cream because we keep washing our hands? Hi, Ella. Hand cream time. My hands are really dry. Hi, Lisa. Oh, they feel better now. They feel hydrated and lovely. Oh dear. Hi, Connie. Hi, Miguel. Hi, Enid. Oh, let me get myself comfy. Hi, Karen. Hi, everybody. Oh, it looks a bit dark in here today. I've got the usual lighting on, but it just feels a bit dark. Oh, well. Oh, look at me. The dark roots. Hi, Chrissy. Oh, dear. I'll leave my head like that, and then you won't see my dark roots. Hi, Marsha, June, Melly. Oh, Melly, I am so sorry about that. I'm so sorry. Hi, Jeannie. Hi, Sandra. I'm doing absolutely fine. Yeah, doing fine. Oh, Miguel's got red cabbage. Woo. Hi, Connie. Hi, Elrose. Hi, Denisha. Well, everybody's fine at this end, but then I haven't been out anywhere. But I mean, all this shutting and staying in business doesn't affect me much because I hardly go out anyway. So I can't say that it's driving me potty. Although it's funny, isn't it, when they tell you can't go out? You want to go out, don't you? I hardly ever go out. I've hardly got the desire to go out unless it's to the bin with the rubbish. But all of a sudden I'm thinking, I'd like to go out. I want to go out now. Yeah. Cheers, everyone. You just lost your crochet hook as well. Oh my goodness, it's not your day, is it, love? Yeah, Kelly's got her mug now. She's now a crochet queen. I don't go out, Melly, so there isn't anywhere for me to go. So it's just, I think it's the fact that they tell you, well, they're not telling us we can't go out. They're just telling us to be safe. And like me with my age group, they're telling me to stay in, yeah? Yeah. Oh, Enid, just keep a lid on it, love, yeah. We're all in the same boat. I am refusing to let it get me depressed. Maybe I'm an ostrich, maybe I've got my head stuck in the sand. But as my dad used to say to me, it's time to worry about it when it arrives. So when it arrives on my doorstep, then I will worry about it. Yes, I'm terribly sorry for everybody who's got it, but let's face it, it's every man for himself, isn't it, at the moment? You just look after yourself and your own family. You know, it's all you can do, isn't it, at the moment? It's all we can do. Worrying about it and getting upset about it's not going to change anything at all. So I'm refusing. I'm absolutely refusing. I'm being an ostrich. I'm going to say, no, it's not happening in my street. Yeah. Exactly, Gina. There's no point in, my dad used to say that. There's no point in worrying about things you cannot change. Yeah. So I just keep hoping it doesn't happen to me, but then again, so does everybody else. So only beads have gone sideways. All we can do is just hope. Yeah. Yeah, I'm here, Jill. Oh, it's the military, how can I put it, medics that are coming over, that are coming out to help in the NHS. And the other ones that are coming over to help in the prisons, in case the prison officers and the prisoners become sick. They're not going to be trampling up and down the streets in their tanks, you know. I don't think it will ever get to that. Yeah. If everybody just takes care of themselves and, stops all this panicking and buying stuff, it's ridiculous over here. Absolutely ridiculous. Little shops are putting hand sanitizer up to a ridiculous amount of money. And, there's no toilet rolls. I mean, I feel sorry for these little old people. Yeah, they're delivering food if you can get a slot in the supermarket. But the slots are all taken up for about at least 2 weeks now. So, I mean, if you can't go out, you can't get a slot. And I believe, even when you get things delivered to your door, half of the stuff you want isn't there. So, I'd rather go in and then I can pick out what I want. If there's nothing there that I'd gone in for, I'll do a little swerve and I'll go and choose something else. Yeah. It's, yeah. I'm a bit of a prepper as well, Enid. Yeah, I've always got stuff in. My mother brought me up that way. I lived through rationing after the Second World War. Yeah, and hi, Chris. And since then, it's always been drummed in my head. You prepare for everything, Yeah. Yeah, I'd sort your greenhouse out, Gina. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but they're only waiting to help, aren't they, Becky? They're not like patrolling the streets with the guns pointed at you if you're out on the street on your own, How you saying? I didn't want much today, actually, because I was fairly prepared and I hadn't eaten a lot last week. So my niece just said, I'm going shopping for myself. I'm going shopping for my mum. What do you want? Just give me a list. So I just gave her a little list of just what I really wanted. So that was it. Oh, they've got to do something for food. They're not going to leave us all without food. Oh, they're not going to shoot people when they go for a drive. Oh, it's not going to be that bad. I'm an optimist. I'm an optimist that they should have introduced rationing when all this started. Then there wouldn't be all these greedy beggars snaffling all the food up there. There's nothing left for everybody else. Yeah? No, they should have introduced that rationing about 2-3 weeks ago. Yeah. Then it wouldn't be. It's a bit late now. It's like shutting the blooming gate after the horses bolted, isn't it now? But yeah, rationing is a fairer thing for everybody. I'm a firm believer in rationing, yeah. And everybody gets a little share of what's available, yeah. Yeah. Oh, they're just advising everybody to stay home, aren't they, and not make unnecessary journeys. I mean, that's what they're saying in the UK. They're not telling us we can't go anywhere. They're just saying don't make unnecessary journeys, yeah. Only go where you have to. Hi, Shad. Hi, Denise. Yoo-hoo. Yeah, I'm sure we'll all last. I'm sure nobody will starve. Let's face it, there's a lot of people out there that could do with a bit of starving, yeah. Yeah. I'm a firm believer in it, Miguel. I'm a firm believer in rationing. If everybody just got a little bit of everything, it would be fairer. It's not fair on the people who don't have the money, that can't stockpile things. It's not fair on the elderly that can't get out. It's just not fair. Rationing is better for everybody, yeah. Yeah. Hi, Jane. Hi, Magali. Hi, Lisa. Oh, people will not starve. No way. Just because they can't get what they know in the war, is it? All it is people are being greedy. They hope all the stuff in the pantry goes off. Yeah. My sister-in-law loved her sweater. She really thought it was gorgeous, yeah. So, yeah. Yeah, well, rationing is a kind of limit, isn't it? Limiting what you can get, yeah. No, I mean, yeah. Yeah, I'm staying home as much as I can. It's not because I'm being forced to. It's because I decided it was safer for me with my health issues and I had to stay home as much as possible. But, yeah. Oh, most of the pubs have closed down now over here, yeah. Oh, I've got lots of extra body fat. Lots and lots of extra body fat. I'm sure I wouldn't starve. As long as I had water to drink, I think I could live off my body fat for quite a while, actually, yeah. It might do the kids a lot of good, actually. Starving them down a bit, some of these fatty ones, you know. Yeah. You know, the ones who live off Macadis and stuff like that, yeah. Won't do them any harm to starve a bit. Uh-huh. I keep getting these things. Well, I actually bought some yarn, if you saw my video. If you didn't, I'll show it to you. Oh, gosh, no, you're not slaughtering your little hens. Chucks. No, it's like losing one of your children. The trouble is, you see, Jill, we never lose it where we want, do we? It goes off my face usually, first of all, but it's still on my belly. I've got enough belly fat to last me for a long, long time. If that shrank off, I'd be good. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, do you think kids will ever be grateful for what they've got? No. They're too used to having it all, aren't they? They've never known what a shortage is of anything. You know, it's like people are being advised to stay home. Where's the kids? They're all playing out. Hello, you know. They don't seem to realise that, you know, playing out is social interacting and you're standing next to each other, yeah? Yeah. Good evening, Craft Angel. Good evening. Sue's doing all right in Scotland because when she bought that house last year, they were the people who moved out left a massive, great big freezer, and it's full of fruit and everything like that. So she said, if the worst comes to the worst, we can have fruit, fruit pies, fruit everything. Yeah, yeah, Craft. It's going to be okay. Just relax. Be vigilant, by all means. Be vigilant, but don't let it ruin your life. No. Yeah, keep calm, cross your arm. We should have that as a motto on this channel, shouldn't we? Be like Jan, crochet on. Oh, I know, Shad, they've never had to be without anything. They panic if they can't get a McDonald's, don't they? You know what? They think they're starving. Wouldn't occur to them to go and put an egg in a pan or something and put it on a bit of toast. Or put some baked beans in a pan and put it on a bit of toast, you know. It just might be a good lesson. Good lesson for people to actually start to learn how to cook. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, I've never ordered off Amazon Fresh. It's bad enough over here. You can't get a slot at the supermarket. And they have these allocated slots, so I believe, for the old workers, the vulnerable and everything like that. It's just, they're just rude, ignorant people. I dismay about my fellow men sometimes, how rude they can be, how thoughtless. You know, oh yeah, go and talk to your peach tree. That's what Prince Charles used to go and do. He used to go and talk to his plants, didn't he? And they grew. Yeah, go and chat to it. Tell it you need some peaches. Oh, it drives me potty. That has been in hibernation for over 2 years. And I just keep trying to do a little bit on it, but the wool is very fine and it's very splitty. And I can only do it in the daytime. It's got to have sleeves yet, and it's got to have the peplum done at the bottom, because the row of squares is the waistline, if you know what I'm saying. So it needs long sleeves yet, and it still needs a peplum. But I can only do it in the bright daylight. It's driving me bonkers. But I found it in the bottom of all my stuff, and I do not like works in progress. You know what I'm like? I don't. And that's been going on for about a couple of years now. And I thought, I am determined it's going to be finished. Yeah. Have I lost who, Jeannie? No, it's not done yet. No, it's got to have sleeves and it's got to have all the bottom bit done. That's just the waistline, yeah. What's expensive, Amazon? Oh, I'm not. I'm fine. I'm fine. Oh, I don't want to talk to my yarn. Whew. Oh dear, no. You've got lots of buffering. I'm sorry, Karen. It just happens every time I do a live, yeah. Yeah, Denise is here somewhere. She just said hello a bit ago, yeah. So she's around and about, yeah. You go for conventional instead of organic. Yeah, Denise is here. She said, I'm here, I'm here. Necklace, it's one that somebody sent it to me. Ooh, you can't see, can you? I'll have to get me light. Shine a little light on me. There you go. It's all leaves in different colours. You can see it, yeah? Yeah. And I'm wearing a black long jacket that is full of Gigi hair. I haven't worn it for ages and I thought I'd washed it, but it's still got Gigi all over it. The lighting's not very good, is it, tonight? No. I don't know why it's so dark. Maybe my bulb's going. Oh, let me see if I can put the other light on. If you're from England, you'll know what I mean when I talk about Peter Kay. I'll put big light on. Yeah. Hang on a moment. Ooh, ouch. Don't know whether that's any better or not. Oh. Is that any brighter? Oh, isn't that a shame? Yeah, I mean, he's 81, isn't he, for so real silver fox, isn't he? He's really lovely. Well, he was before he had his facelift. Yeah. You're on the foot of your first sock. Have I been through? Yeah, about 4 or 5 times. Not the food hoarding, but the flu. Yeah, I've been through swine flu, Asian flu, bird flu, SARS. Yeah, and well, we're all going to die each time. Yeah, I'll put the light on. I think this light above me, the bulb must be going. Yeah, yeah. No, I've lived through rationing, of course, because I was born in 45 and the rationing didn't stop until the 50s. And you know, I never saw any Germans over here, obviously, because they'd all been defeated by the time I was born. Yeah. But no, I've survived all these flu things and everything. Yeah. I've got a bit blasé. I suppose it's my age group, really. There's not many in my age group who's really all that worried, really. Oh, thank you, thank you. There you go. Somebody sent it me. For the life of me, I can't remember. I'm sure somebody sent it me. Hi, Nathan. Woohoo. Hi there. Yeah, I don't know where Kelly is, whether she's coming on tonight or not. I don't know. Yeah. Oh, it was you. Thank you very much for it. I knew somebody sent it me. I am awful. I cannot remember. I've got a brain cell like an amoeba. It forgets everything. So I do apologize. I mean, my dad used to tell me lots and lots of stories about the war. And I do remember the rationing. But everybody was in the same boat. There was none of this carrying on after the war. We just did what you could and made do with what you had, basically. And everybody donated to everybody else. There was none of this greed. If you had a bit of something spare, you would give it to your neighbour if she didn't have any. There was none of this grabbing stuff for yourself and hoarding it in your cupboard and not telling anybody you've got 24 packets of toilet roll. There was none of that then. That's what upsets me the most. Really, really upsets me, this greed and carrying on. Yeah. Yeah, but when you think about it, when I was a kid, there was only BBC radio. There was no TV. There was nobody going, nah, every 5 minutes, somebody's died. Ah. There was none of that. You just got headlines in the paper, yeah? That's it, yeah. We didn't have any rain today. Shh. It was a dry day today. And the sun was actually trying to shine. Yeah, you're best putting anything on her doorstep, aren't you, and just yelling through a letterbox and running away. No, we didn't have any rain. No rain today. No. I don't know whether Kelly's coming on. I forgot to ask her. I spoke to her earlier on. But it was early on. It was this morning. The kids are home next door. I don't know where they've been all week. It's been too quiet. They've not been in. You had a blizzard. Honestly. Well, I'm still waiting for all this snow that we were supposed to be having. It's never arrived. And all these tornadoes and high winds and stuff. That's never arrived. I just don't trust the weathermen over here anymore. I don't think they know what they're doing. If they promise us heat waves, we never get them either. Oh, have plenty of hot drinks, Jill. Yeah. Hi, Judy. Well, that's why I started on that. I thought I am not starting any more stuff until I finish something off. I've got this work in progress, and I've got a knitted cardigan that's been on the go for must be 5 years now. All it needs is 2 sleeves, and it's in chunky on 8mm needle. Yeah, fibre, Jill. Just rest and just have hot drinks. Yeah. I'm off all the time. I'm off all the time, honestly. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of knitting going to be done and crocheting going to be done, isn't there, while we're all stuck in the house. I should use this period of time to clean my house up, really, but I'd rather crochet. It's just the way I am. Besides which, housework makes me backache. Oh, my mother was very stoic. She was very, she never... Well, she used to complain like mad when she was older because she had this terrible back, which I've inherited, thank you, Mum. But when she was younger, no, she didn't complain about anything. Oh, I hope there's not going to be a lot of babies. Oh. All I hope is that the pubs have shut, that these young ones stay in and stop getting drunk, stop having to go into the A&E and leave the medical profession for the ones who are really sick. Yeah. Yeah. No, you're not allowed to travel, Eason. Yeah. Yeah, back pain and toothache are worse than childbirth, I think. Although I didn't have a good experience with childbirth, so So I think the friend's daughter's just had a baby. Talk about bounce back. She's got a baby who's a week old that sleeps through the night. How do they do it? How do they do it? I was like death warmed up for about 2 months after I had my son. You make enough blankets. Is it you, Enid, that's been making all the blankets? Or is it Jill? That's you, isn't it, Enid? It's been making blankets upon blankets, yeah. Oh, yeah. As long as your sister keeps her legs crossed, Denise. We don't want any more babies just yet. My beautiful, lovely neighbours, they, one by one, have all offered, if I need anything, I've got to just give them a call. And they've given me their phone numbers and that. They're all lovely, yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's what you say. You better watch her. She might get, stuck in the house a bit. You never know. Yeah, my sister-in-law, she wasn't coping very well, but she's going down to her sister's. I know they say no unnecessary travel, but it is necessary in her case because she doesn't go on the internet or anything like that. I mean, I've always got the... No, it's not Denise I'm worried about, it's her sister. Oh, that's good, Miguel. You're doing all the hats, are you? Yeah. I'm just concentrating on trying to finish off what I'd started. Mind you, I've got the white. I was so upset. I started that white sweater last week. And on Monday, I finished the back and I held it up right in the middle of the back was this big glaring mistake. So I had to pull it all down. Pull it all away, yeah. Yeah. I wish they'd make them out of what they're calling it for a kick-off. Is it COVID or is it Corona? Or have we got two things? I'm not too sure. Hi, Brittany. Oh, no. Yeah, like I say, I just hope the young ones who can't go in the pub now will stay sober. Stop fighting and taking up spaces in the A&E department, yeah. I haven't got any cake, Chris. I forgot to ask my niece to get me some cake. Oh, I'm not getting a lot of cleaning done. I keep meaning to. The thought's there, but when it comes down to the crunch, I think, nah. Yeah. It's Mother's Day tomorrow in the UK, and my son said to me, what do you want for your Mother's Day? I said, I don't want anything. I said, I want to go out for a meal when all this has died down. And we could all go out again. Because they've closed down the restaurants and everything, so there's no point. There'll be a lot of mums very disappointed who've been looking forward to it, yeah. They'll all be drinking at home, but let's hope they're staying home. If they're drunk and they're in their own house, that's fine. They don't have anywhere to fall, do they? Or anywhere, or fight, unless they fight with their brothers or something. 17 bottles of gin. I hope he was giving it away. That is ridiculous. Yeah, the Queen's gone up to... Oh, where's she gone to? No, she hasn't gone to Balmoral. Where's she gone? I can't remember where she's gone. She's gone somewhere. But she always goes anyway. And I mean, Prince Philip is just not well at all. So if he got something like that, I'll finish him off, wouldn't it? Yeah. I mean, she's 93, for goodness sake. She needs to keep out of the germs, doesn't she? She's gone to Windsor, is she, right? I knew she'd gone somewhere. Yeah. I mean, she's at the her and Philip are at the at-risk. No, you have a different Mother's Day. With us, it's tomorrow. But I don't expect to see my son because I told him not to bother until, until later. Yeah. He might have germs because he's still at work. I don't want him bringing his germs in. He can talk to me through the window. I'm mean, aren't I? I mean, she's in fairly good health for her age, but that still doesn't mean that it wouldn't wipe her out if she got that. Yeah, he went up by helicopter. I don't know if she went by train or by car. I'm not sure. No, you have a different day. Oh, you're making bread. That's good of you. Father's Day, I think it's sometime in June. You're supposed to be looking at food, Jill, not looking at pretty tumblers. My Amazon order this week consisted of antiseptic plaster things, I tell you, I cut my leg open at the supermarket. Crepe bandages, antiseptic wipes, not just ordinary antiseptic wipes, the kind you clean wounds with. So that's what I had. Oh, you're not a Jill, you're Enid. I get your Enid. Me Enids and me Jills mixed up. I don't know why I do, yeah. My rolling cart's full. I use the top of it for a tray when I'm eating and drinking. And the rest of the bottom's got all my patterns in that are round and about. The middle one's got in. Oh, if you're insane, Enid, then you're in good company, because I certainly am. Crackers. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I saw a thing on Facebook. Well, Chris, that they just threw her out the window. Oh, you're 100. You've been here too long. Let's throw you out the window. Do you know what I got in the post today? I am really upset about it. My local funeral parlour sent me a leaflet. I thought, now that is getting a bit much. That now, you know, talk about rub your nose in it just because you're getting old, Jam, you know. They're sending you funeral things, yeah. I just couldn't believe it when I opened it. I thought it was going to be something nice. Not have you planned your funeral? Excuse me. No. I'm going to tell my family when I go not to use them anyway. It just seemed a bit bad time in June, you know, to get one of those. You know, when you're trying to keep yourself safe and you're at the at-risk group, and then they send you one of those, yeah. You haven't run into your undertaker who says, how are you doing? Remember where I am if you want me. Doesn't look like we're having getting Kelly on here tonight. Last time I heard, she was doing some batch cooking. It's afternoons over here in the UK. They must think all the old dodders are watching the these film things on the, you know, afternoon television. And it's always one after the other. You know, life insurance, over 50s. Have you thought about your funeral? Have you paid for your funeral? Oh, Lord above, yeah. She said she was doing potato curry. She was doing. I'm sure there must be something else in it besides just potatoes and curry. But that's what she said she was making when I asked her this morning what she was doing. Yeah. I wouldn't think we'd care by then, Nancy. I know my niece said to me one time, have you planned everything, what do you want and what music do you want and that? I said, oh, I'll just take potluck. Just choose something for me. I'm not fussy. I won't be fussy. Well, I won't be there. I won't be there to hear it. So you can play what you feel like, yeah. Hey. I had to wash my slippers today. When I cut my leg, I get this like fluid that runs down my leg. It's like a waterfall. And it run all in my slippers, so I had to wash my slippers today. So I'm having to wear shoes, so my feet are hurting at the minute. Hey, oh. Yeah, we won't be there, will we? Doesn't matter. They play. Yeah, I'm hoping to be late for that, yeah. What am I making tonight? I'm still doing that white sweater that I started last week and I went wrong on. I should be doing it now, shouldn't I? Oh, there it is. I finished the back. And I started the front. But I stopped doing it today because I was doing that black there, but I can't do that in here because I can't see a thing. Not even with my glasses on. I was watching YouTube trying to catch up on the million people I haven't watched. But I had to put it down because even with the light on, I couldn't see the black. So it has to be really strong daylight before I can see it, yeah. It's very fine as well. Oh, you're not going to yours, right? I don't blame you. No. Wouldn't that be good if we didn't go to our own? If they're all sat there waiting for us to come and we decided we weren't having one. I'd like to be able to see who actually who's in the audience or the congregation or whatever you call it, yeah. Just to see who thought enough about me to arrive and go, yeah. I'm always blunting my craft scissors. I buy lots and lots of pairs. And I don't know if it's the wool because I don't use them on paper or anything, but I start cutting with them and all of a sudden they don't cut anymore. I must have about 10 pairs of scissors. My dressmaking scissors got ruined years ago by my son and my ex-husband. My ex-husband cut wallpaper with my craft scissors. My, dressmaking scissors I paid a fortune for. He went and cut wallpaper. He gave them me back and they were all stuck up with glue and ugh. My dad said he wanted to be stuffed and stood in the corner of the shop so he could keep his eye on us. Needless to say, we couldn't comply with those wishes. What are we looking at here? Yeah, the kitchen scissors get used for all sorts of things. But my craft scissors, there's only me here. So I don't understand why they keep going blunt. Yeah, we should all turn into alcoholics if we're going to go, because then it would burn a lot brighter, wouldn't it? If we knew we were going, we could do that, couldn't we? We could have a last laugh. And I don't really drink much now. But if I knew I was dying, I would certainly have a few. Oh, I know. Scissors, they get legs and they walk, don't they, scissors? I can't blame anybody else because I live on my house and my own. And yet I still lose all my scissors. I look down the sides of chairs, I look under the rocker, I look under everywhere. You know. Then all of a sudden one day I'll find them in a so-called empty plastic bag, yeah. Yeah, we could have a farewell party when I'm due to go. We can have a farewell party. Yeah. Oh, Gigi, yeah. Oh, I have missed my little baby this week. I haven't seen him since what? Not Wednesday this week. It was Wednesday the week before. I've not seen him. I missed him. Missed him. My lovely Poppy didn't want to go home. She wanted to stay with me. She wanted to stay with Grandma because Grandma spoils her. I said to my son the other day, I said, how's Poppy doing? He said, she's sulking. Yeah. Ooh, scissors. No clothes are necessary. Oh gosh, I would put everybody off if I took my clothes off. Dear me. Tell me. Well, I really enjoyed my homemade vegetable soup, but it's giving me heartburn. I used to have a pair of those. I'm not saying they were really expensive scissors, but they had like a little stalk on them. I don't know what happened to them. I lost them ages ago. And I had a lovely little pair of teeny weeny little snips that are like a puppy. And they hang on a key ring. Don't know where they are. And I've also lost that metal thing you hang around your neck. That it's a yarn. You just put your yarn in and it cuts it. They're like little blades, aren't they? I don't know where that's gone. I had 2 of those as well. And they're not cheap. But I've lost both of them. And I had 2 here. So I have no idea where they go. Oh, I'm buffering again. Yeah, the clover pendant. They're not cheap either. I've had 2 of them and I've lost them both. I'm sure I haven't lost them. I'm sure I'm going to find them one day. But we shall see what we shall see. Woo! I'm waiting for a new crochet magazine to arrive. I had to order it online. I know I pay a lot more for it because I have to pay postage, but I couldn't tell my niece to have a look in the supermarket because she wouldn't know which ones I had and which ones I didn't have. So, so I had to order it online off Newsstand. I thought it might have arrived today, but no, it's going to arrive on Monday. Oh, I didn't show you my yarn, did I, that I got the other day? Woo! I was naughty. Look at that. You see it? Isn't that lovely? It's Boho Spirit Signet Yarns. And it's called Breeze, colour 6517. I've got 5 of those. Yeah, my clover cutter's probably in a bag somewhere. It doesn't look nice here, but it is. It's really pretty. It looks a bit dark. Don't know why it looks so dark. It's very pale. So I've got 5 of those, and I got 5 of this one, which I think is pretty. This one is called Dream. Why are they looking so dark on here? They're very pretty bright colours. It looks dull. I don't know why it looks so dull. I'm going to put my light on. See if I can put my light on. See if I can put my light on it. No, that's worse, isn't it? No, that's worse. Still not right. It's a bit better. A bit better. It's dusty pinks and greens. I got it from Lolly's Lil Woolshack. She's cheaper than a lot of places. You have to pay postage, mind you. That's the trouble. She charges postage by weight, so... And I've been naughty. I've put another order in. I was supposed to be going up with Kelly and with Ian. Blues and greys. No, it's... that one is greens and greys. Greens, if you can see it. Green and grey. This one is pink and green. Like a dusty pink and green with a bit of purple in it. Yeah, I was supposed to be going up to Bury with Kelly and Ian because it was Ian's birthday. Tuesday just gone, I think, yeah. And we just decided to cancel it because I didn't want to go. Kelly wasn't feeling well, and it turned out that Ian wasn't feeling very well either. So we've not cancelled it, we've just postponed it until we can go, yeah. Yeah, I don't know whether it's an English yarn or what it is, yeah. It's acrylic. I don't know where it comes from. It says it's from West Yorkshire, but I wouldn't imagine the yarn came from there. That's probably who spun it. Signet Yarns, West Yorkshire. Maybe so. Maybe so. I put mine on a string of wool. My cutter I put on a ribbon, yeah. I still can't find it. I'm not sure about that. It's spelt signet, you know, like a baby swan. It is lovely and soft. It's actually, I used it for the centre of that there, and also for the centre of, you remember my Granny Takes a Trip jacket. It's a little bit too soft, if you know what I mean, Miguel. It's you have to be more careful with it. I put mine in the washing machine and it rubbed up a bit. I think I'd have been better hand washing it. I'm terrible with my woolies. I don't like anything I've got to hand wash. My washing machine doesn't have all those programs like some of the American ones do, where they've got super this and super that and woolly washes and stuff like that. What am I going to make with those other two? Probably jackets, yeah. They won't be for me. I just chose the colours because I liked them, but they won't be for me. Well, I hope they won't be for me. I hope I sell them and then it won't be for me. But at the moment, I mean, if we sell anything, at the moment, I don't know how we get to the post office because I'm not supposed to be going out. So, so for once in my lifetime, I'm not bothered if I don't get an order. So we'll see how it goes. I just wanted to sit and crochet today. Oh no, they won't pick up from here with the post office. Good grief, no. No, you have to go to the post office and stand in the line, Chris. Well, there's only ever 2 cashiers on. So I got these off eBay. These bamboo ones. I think. Oh no, I didn't. I got them off Amazon. You're right, I did. If my post office closed any more windows down, there'd be nobody there at all, Miguel. There's only ever about 2. There's about 7 windows all in all, but there's only ever about 2 of them ever open. I think Christmas, maybe there were 3 of them open, yeah. Oh, I've got terrible indigestion now. Maybe I should have some crisps. Maybe I should crunch. You just cleaned your breadboard with what? Hal? What's that? What's Hal? You have names for things in the US that we don't have, yeah. I like the bamboo handled hooks. I don't like the bamboo hooks, no. Oh, with lemon, right, okay. I just wondered what you cleaned them with. I thought, what's how? Yeah, we only ever have about 2 windows open. Yeah, I'm going to eat my crisps. I'll either get them more indigestion or it'll be better. In our post office, they have these lines like you have to go, it's like a zigzag. You try doing it, it's like a slalom. Me and Miss Scooter, yeah. No, we have glass windows like that with a little thing where you can put your money through. You obviously don't get raided, do you, Miguel? Some of the cakes are really expensive. I was looking at, I don't know if it's Hobie or Hobium. Their cakes were really expensive. I mean, one of them was cotton, so I could understand that, but some of them were really dear. And they were supposed to be on clearance. Well, that's what I mean. I mean, nobody really carries guns around here, except the criminals. But ours, we've got plates like up at the windows of our. We wanted them at the job centre, but they wouldn't let us have them because of all the abuse and everything that we got. Yeah, well, you've always got the criminal element that carries a gun, don't you? But the general people in the street don't carry guns. Got an itchy nose. Stay away from me. I mean, there'll always be a certain element of people in the UK who carry a gun, but I wanted them in the job centre, so did a lot of other people because of the abuse and the threats and everything that we used to get. Things that used to get thrown at us and everything. I'd have liked a glass screen to stand behind. The cashiers at my local supermarket, they've got like those perching stools. They're tall a bit like a bar stool. They only stand up if they want to. They can sit down, if you know what I mean. Some of them drop them down to they're like typing chairs, but a lot of them have them tall, so they're just like reading the buttons against them. Apparently, the people in supermarkets as cashiers are getting a load of abuse. You know, when they're having to tell people that they can't take 49 tins through, yeah. Oh, God. Threw things at me all the time, big girl. I once got a PC thrown at me. Computer screen. Pens, anything they could lay their hands on. We couldn't even have a glass of water or anything on our desk because they could throw it at us. Do you need to go somewhere, Nathan? Is that what you're trying to tell us? Yeah, of course they threw things at us to stop their money, and they get really cross with you. They take it all personal, like it's you that's done it. We had a security guard, but the office was shaped like a T, so he couldn't see. I think Nathan does need the loo, yeah. You'd only feel bad about ordering online if it doesn't arrive. That was a nice job, wasn't it? I've got to go and look at the garden tomorrow. Make sure there's none of Poppy's deposits left behind, because my garden is starting up again on Monday. If it was a pet supply warehouse, were they allowed to take the dogs? I used to stand on my feet all the time when I was in the shop. I mean, I had a chair, but there was usually people after people after people coming in, so there was never any time. So I was up and down the ladders, and things like that. I got carpal tunnel through working at the job centre because it was all computer work and, you know, the mouse things and everything. Oh, that's disgusting, that. My dad once peed in the vets because he was nervous, yeah. Yeah, I asked for the mop and the bucket, but she came out and cleared it up for me. When I was in the shop, I used to like having the radio on. I had one of these, used to put it, one of those, not top of the pops type radio shows, but nice music and stuff. It was just like a background sort of kind of noise, really. It was windy here the other night. Oh, blimey. Hi, Judy. Oh, God. When I worked at the job centre, you couldn't... I used to try and sneak things, printing things off. But my line manager, she used to look at how many sheets had been printed off. It had like numbers on the photocopier and stuff. She used to take a note of the numbers every night and stuff. I thought, I wondered if it was hers, was it? It belonged to the job centre. What was she bothered about? I used to print off a couple of patterns sometimes when she wasn't looking. Slide them on the photocopy when she wasn't looking. She used to watch me like a hawk, as if I was defrauding 4 sheets of paper. Yeah, right. They wanted to put me in, I called it finance. They used to call it finance for some reason or other. And they wanted me to go and do the paperwork, for all these things. I said, I'm number dyslexic. I said, you can't give me that job. $16 an hour. Gosh. We're lucky we get £10 an hour over here. I'm not that brilliant with numbers, not when people start firing them at me. No, when I worked at the job centre, I think they got about, I don't think it was £9 or £10 an hour. I don't think it was that, actually. I think it was less than that. No, I got about 14,000, I think it was a year. And then out of that, they'd take the tax out of it. And, all your other stoppages, like for your health insurance and God knows what. So, I didn't really come home with that amount of money. And then I had a mortgage to pay and a car to pay out of all of that. So it was hard. It wasn't well paid at all. Yeah. It was poor money for what we had to put up with. We needed danger money. We used to say that to our boss. We need danger money. When I tried to leave, what year was that? I left. I left 14 years ago, so I don't know what. I was there for 10 years, but I left 14 years ago. So I don't know. Hi, Jeanette. So I can't remember when I started. I blanked all that from my mind, honestly, Nathan. I don't want to know about that period of my life. I choose to forget it. It could have been, I don't know. Could have been. But it's 2000. Yeah, I've been left 14 years, haven't I? So I don't know. I haven't got my calculator. What, 12,000, 14,000? Wasn't that good for what we had to do? We needed danger money, like I said. I was what they call front line. In other words, you got all this, yeah, SH1T. That must be fun. I mean, somebody working home, you can't get rid of them, can you? It is nice, very nice. It's a Whisper bar. Whisper. Yeah, I was working there, getting all that flack and everything, and people in Aldi were on much more money than I was an hour. Makes you wonder, doesn't it? I used to say, I joke and say, I think I'll leave and go and work in Aldi. I thought, no, I can't do that. He drove me bonkers. Hey, I'll take a bite. It's lovely. It's all sort of got tiny little holes in the chocolate in the middle. There you go. Well, congratulations, Anita, that you lasted this long. If my husband had been under my feet, we'd have been divorced a lot sooner than we were. Whisper Gold. I've not had one of those. I've just had Whisper. 10 years. Oh, my God. I lasted 22, 23 years with my ex-husband. But only because we were really in the same house at the same time. When I had to spend 6 weeks with him, it was, oh. He used to come back from every holiday, every 2 weeks holiday, not speaking. I remember one holiday he was leaning right over the balcony, and I seriously contemplated giving him a push. I had to walk away back into the apartment because I thought, I'm really, really tempted here to give him a shove. That was really nice, that was. It was a Whisper bar, a Whisper. I'm really going to set my Chippy's clothes down for the duration until it's all over. They make the best fish ever. And he's closing down until the government says he can open up again. because people would be standing in the chip shop waiting for their order to be cooked. Well, there'd be too many of us standing on the pavement outside, wouldn't there? And where he is, there's no parking. There's like yellow lines, there's no parking. So that's why. It's only a little shop. It's not a big shop. So when you go in, you're definitely not at a safe distance from each other. You're sort of cheek by jowl in the crowd when you go and order. It costs me £6.10, I think, for quite a big piece of fish and a carton of mushy peas. I think it's about £6.10. It's not cheap, but it's nice fish, lovely fish. So it isn't cheap. Oh, it's only a little tiny shop on a street corner, Miguel. Our shops are different to your shops. Our shops can be like on a high street and they're very tiny. You know, and you go in the door and order what you want. And it was fried fish, yeah. Most of our local shops. I have to park outside with my scooter. No, they don't do a senior meal deal, no. They do a child's portion. I suppose I could order a child's portion. But I don't want the chips anyway. I just want the fish. You can order fish bits or fish bites or something. I don't know what they are. They just look a bit like chicken nuggety things, yeah. Little bits of fish. Probably the bits of fish that fall off when he's making it. So you can get fish bites cheaper, but I like them. It's quite a big piece of fish. It's about that big, quite a big piece. Oh, my shoes are hurting my toes because my slippers are still wet because I had to put them on the washing machine. Oh, because I leaked all over them. What kind of fish? It's cod or haddock, yeah. Excuse me. Yes, battered and deep fried. Put in batter and deep fried. You can get a scampi as well if you wanted to. Well, more fool you for letting us see it, yeah. What's that, Nathan? Oh, it's a chocolate bar, is it, with a wrapper? I thought it was a flag. Need to get my eyes tested again. You're starting to get fat by telepathy. I get fat on my own. Get fat when I walk past the cake shop. I have that kind of metabolism that slows down to a stop. Yeah, definitely. I'm the same if I go past the chip shop. Yeah. I have managed to lose, that it's took me about 2 years or so. Managed to lose a couple of stone, or at least over a stone. I don't really weigh myself much at all. Just don't believe in giving myself bad news. Oh, blueberry muffins with butter. Now, our blueberry muffins are big fat things like that. You don't put butter on them. I would love to start walking. I wish I could. I've only got to walk into the kitchen and my back says, sit down, sit down. I used to love walking the dog. I've put loads and loads of weight on since I can't do all of that. Yeah. The almonds, what did you eat? A chocolate bar with almonds? Yeah, I used to walk miles with the dogs. The dogs, sorry, not the dogs. I only had one then. We used to go out in the morning before work. And we used to go, no, I don't have butter. It's like a cake, isn't it? So I wouldn't have butter on a cake, yeah? Yeah, I was so sad when I had to give up walking him. I had to get a dog walk. I couldn't walk him anymore. I'd be screaming and banging my head against a tree because the pain in my back was so bad. Oh, they've increased my pain patches. They've now increased them up to 10. Yeah, Jill and Blossom are the same people, Miguel. Oh, you're always confused. Tell you, we're going to put that on your tombstone. Here lies Miguel. I'm confused. Yeah, they're giving me 10 milligrams now. Your muffins aren't cakes. Ours are like buns with, like, what do you call them, cupcakes or whatever, with blueberries in them. Yeah, it's got 10 micrograms an hour, whereas the other one only had. A lot of people do, depends, doesn't it? Depends what you want them for, and it depends how you use them. I've bought different ones, like Chinese ones and that, and I haven't been able to use them. I used to hand them out when I was teaching crocheting. You became Blossom. Oh, that's nice, isn't it? This is better than AU. I can't remember what mine called me. Probably Fatso. Oh, God. He didn't have a pet name for me, that's for sure. Yeah, I think that's probably what I got. Enid. Hey, you. Or what that do you think you're doing? I have to call him he who must be obeyed. Oh, I tell you, I nearly threw him over that balcony that time we were on holiday. It was so tempting. I had to walk away and go back in the apartment because I was. My hands were to go on his back and shove him over the edge. Have you named the cows? I think she has, yeah. I think she has named the cows. Oh, it made me mad, yeah. I used to walk away and mutter under my breath because I daren't say anything because that'd set him off. Yeah, he was leaning right over. He was looking for my son in the swimming pool. And he was right over the balcony. And I'm like, ooh, ooh. How many years would I get if I shoved him off the end? Can I get away with saying he just leaned too far? My nose is so itchy today. I don't know why. Well, that's okay, Melly. Oh, my goodness. Aren't you lucky? Sweet pea and blossom. That's so sweet. No, my ex-husband was in our marriage. You know, it was like if it was raining, it was my fault. You know what I mean? Everything was almost my fault. No, I didn't get any cute pet names. I probably got a few horrible names behind my back, but I did walk away from temptation. Whitey, Miss Viking, Chocolate, Tanner, Champagne, Hearty, D2, Double and Red Bull. Oh. Oh, I never call mine babe. Hi, Marlene. Called him a few choice names under my breath, all of which I am not going to repeat. I didn't swear, but they were pretty close. How can you have enough of chocolate? No such thing. May I have to watch what I eat? I shouldn't have eaten all that bar really. Hi, Faith. I used to do a lot of muttering when I was at work. When they used to come in and start with a mouthful of abuse. My husband work at the shop? Oh, no. No way. I'd have killed him a lot earlier. Yeah, I started buying a lot less food than I used to. I don't know why I'm not a big eater. I don't know why I always sort of buy too much stuff when there's only me. I suppose even after all these years, I've never got used to kind of shopping for one. Because I had my son here long after my ex-husband had been, and then I had my son and my daughter-in-law here, and I just got used to buying more stuff. So I have to really pull myself back now and say, you don't need all that. What have you bought all that for? Because then it would go out of date. And I got some chicken for Gigi, and of course he's not been all week, so I've got that to throw into the recycling bin. As long as he doesn't get stepped on. They're heavy-footed, aren't they, them things? What's everybody doing tomorrow? Anything nice? I'm probably going to sleep until lunchtime. That'll be my thoughts. It's Mother's Day. I can do what I want. Oh, I believe I didn't go shopping today. My niece went shopping. She got me what I wanted, but apparently there was loads of empty shelves. Yeah, it wasn't too bad when I went in on Monday. There was huge gaps, of course, but I managed to buy everything I needed. But apparently today the fruit and the veg aisles were not quite well stocked. I mean, when I went in on Monday, there was enough fruit and vegetables for everybody when I went in on Monday. Yeah, I sleep in and crochet because I've told my son not to come. I doubt he will. I said we'd do Mother's Day when it, all this boo-ha was over. They've closed all the pubs and stuff, the restaurants down anyway. He usually takes me out for a meal for Mother's Day. So yeah, because Monday, hopefully I'll have Gigi back on Monday. Hopefully his dad will be back at work, although I don't know now with all this virus stuff. So I don't know now. They're doing that, Deborah, they're doing that over here, but people are not adhering to it. They're just being rude. And the younger ones and everybody are just barging in. Well, it's supposed to be time for, the elderly and the NHS workers to go shopping. Because nobody's like policing it, and they're just barging in, like, try and stop me, That sounds sort of rude, Diara. They're going to put the army anywhere. They should put them on the doors. Although people are very selfish, Deborah. Very selfish. It's really shocked me how selfish people can be. Are you going to go now, Faith? Right, bye for now. Yeah, I've got these. I don't know whether you ever do it, but when you're thinking of too many things and wanting to start too many things, I like to finish something before I start something else. I can't cope. It just makes me whatever. That's one of the only things that makes me anxious. I'm not really an anxious type of person, but that makes me anxious if I've got too many things on the go, yeah. Unless I was making, well, I don't do, but if I was making a blanket or something like that, I probably would work on something else, yeah. But I'm really bad once I put something down, that's it. I might as well just undo it, But that one, I was determined to finish it off, yeah. Oh, they can tell them they can be ashamed of themselves, but that type of people don't take any notice, Jeannie. Yeah, it's difficult to know what to do, isn't it? Yeah, I've got a few more things coming in from Lollies. I've got some more of that colour there coming. And 2 other colours of, I can't remember what I've ordered now. It's 3 different colours I've ordered from Lollies. You'll see it's supposed to be arriving on Monday. And I've also got a magazine supposed to be arriving on Monday, so I'll no doubt be doing a video. I've got one of those Terry's chocolate oranges in the fridge. Woo! No, it doesn't shock me that people are that rude, but it's sad. People seem to have lost the community spirit, and yeah. Yeah, I give the chocolate oranges out to my son. Always have done at Christmas. But after Christmas, they had them on offer half price, so I got one. It's in the fridge. Who did you have half each with, Joe? Or are the boys here? Today I really wanted to go in the craft room and start rummaging and doing everything, but I know I daren't because my back was just, oh. That's the trouble with me. My mind wants to do all these things. And I still think I can go and do them. And I've only got to go up there for 2 seconds and I have to stop because my back's so sore. It's hard to reorganise your craft room when you're sat on a chair, isn't it? It was like the other day when I wanted to take photographs of my stuff outside. I couldn't stand up long enough to take the photos. I had to keep sitting down. And then when I sit down, it's I'm at the wrong angle to take the photographs. Well, I wasn't supposed to be getting any yarn, Jane. It's just I wanted to cheer myself up. I've got enough yarn for ever and a day, and I should not be ordering any more yarn. I should be saving up for the decorator and my curtains. But when I get really, really, well, not depressed, but a bit down, the one thing that cheers me up is to order some new yarn. I only got it from Lolly's though. It was in the sale. I looked at ice yarns and put some things in my basket the other day. When I got to the postage bit, I thought, phew, that's really gone up. So I took it all out again. Oh, you're eating the strawberry laces now. When I went down to Kelly's the other day, the boys were saying, has she brought the licorice? Yep, I brought you licorice. I took her a licorice down and I took her a crochet queen mug since then. So when I went down the other day, I took her mug. It must be windy. I'm buffering. It keeps going off and on and off and on. I've got my hair colour. My niece was too. She's still coughing. Yeah. I said to her, what do you want? She said, I want some of that. Can I have some of that green and some purple? I said, yeah. I said, what do you want? She said, oh, just a 400-gram ball of each. She'll be fine. I went in with this big bag and she goes, what's in that big bag? I think she thought I'd took some garments down for her to photograph. I said, you can open it. And she's like, ah. But when she got to the toilet roll, she started laughing. Couldn't stop laughing when she got to the toilet roll. I knew that I'd make her laugh. Because she'd just been saying that she'd only managed to get a pack of 4 the other day. So I thought, oh, I'll give her one of mine. Yeah, it's a beggar when you have to give your friends a toilet roll for a gift, isn't it? Hi, Brandon. How you doing, love? See, we've got no Trevor again tonight. That boy is seriously lacking these days. He's going to have to get a note from his mum. The ice cream truck came down, not yesterday, day before. I'm like, ice cream truck? I mean, I did buy like in the summer off him last year, but he doesn't look that hygienic, to be quite honest. So there's no way I'm going to be buying it now with all this lot going on. Hey everybody, Brandon's in the house. Yeah, but I mean, they don't have all the facilities for hot water hand washing, do they, and stuff like that. I mean, I might have risked it before all this lot, but I'm not even going to risk it at this time of year. It's one risk too far, that. I just stayed out of the way so he didn't know I was in. I need to itch my back. It's itchy. Oh, dear goodness me. Oh, that feels nice. There's nothing nicer than a good back scratch when your back's itchy. Yeah, our ice cream man doesn't even speak English. So I don't know how he manages. You have to point at things on the side of the cart to tell him what you want, because he doesn't understand you when you're talking to him. Yeah. So asking him as he's washed his hands would be a little bit waste of time, yeah. You got to get me singing that now. I love it when he says, "Get with the beat, Baggy." My favourite of all from Jungle Book is the Elephant Patrol. I call that Gigi, that, because Gigi walks directly behind me, and it always reminds me of the Elephant Patrol. Oh, you're knitting your first pair of socks? Well done, Brenda. Yeah, I got to find a tree. Yeah, I forgot to ask my niece to get me anything like for afters, any cake or anything like that. So I finished my tea today, and I'm like, something wrong here. And I won't be going out again. So I can't go and eat. It might do me finger good anyway. I've got something in my eye now. Won't do me any harm not having a cake or anything. I haven't knitted a pair of socks for absolutely ages because I don't wear the ones I've got. I've got a drawer full of socks. When I started to knit them, I got the bug and I was like knitting socks after socks after socks. Well, I don't wear them, so what's the point of me knitting more socks? I think I gave Kelly some of my sock wool because I knew I wasn't going to use it. Woo-doo-doo-doo. Yeah, I think it's inside crochet that I've ordered. Should arrive. Well, it should arrive Monday because I thought it would have come today. But obviously not. All I got was the funeral pamphlet. How nice of them. Thank you very much. I haven't knitted mittens. That was the very first thing I ever knitted when I was a little tiny kiddie, was a pair of mittens. Yep, knitted myself a pair of mittens. We're talking over here about all the drains being blocked up because people putting newspaper and kitchen roll down, and the drains are not meant to, cope with that. Kelly's not on. She hasn't come on tonight, Brandon. No, they showed photographs of. My son used to work for a time on the drains. He worked in the. Well, they don't call it the sewerage works now. They call it something fantastic, don't they? But he worked there for a while, and he said this. They really easily get blocked up because of people putting all sorts of wet wipes and nappies and all sorts down the drains. Yeah. We share a drain, the three houses here, and the house next door, they had to get the sewage people out to unblock the drains, and it was all nappies from next door when her babies were little. She was putting all the nappies down. She blocked all our drain up. Your poison oak. Woo! I don't know whether we have poison oak. We probably call it something different. We don't have all the same plants that you do. It's probably the climate, isn't it? Yes, I don't think we have chiggers. We might have something that we call something else that is a chigger. This is the weird thing, is we don't know what you're talking about half the time, and you don't know what we're talking about half the time. Same language, completely different meanings for things. Yeah, we have nettles in the UK. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, people are just lazy, like we said before. You missed what, Brandon? What did you miss? Yeah, there's a lot of people, you wonder how they manage to survive, don't they? How they manage to live because they're that dumb. It was funny the other day, I put a video up and it had me up a minute before I got a thumbs down. And I thought, oh, come on now, you've not even looked at it. You couldn't possibly have looked at it. I don't know why Brandon's apologising to you, Miguel. I've no idea. You've definitely got something in my eye. Oh, you thought Miguel was Kelly. No, she hasn't been on tonight, Miguel. Brandon. Don't worry, Brandon. I just got Jill and Eden mixed up not long ago. I've definitely got something in my eye. It's annoying me. Right, come on, Jill. Tell us the rest. I think Jill's typing slow just to get us on tenterhooks. Oh, a snake wrapped round it. What was he doing with a snake wrapped round it? That is just careless. Oh, Ugh. Oh, I wouldn't like anything crawling up my trouser legs. You always worry about that when you see rats and mice and things scurrying about. No, he didn't fit in it, he wrapped round it. Didn't go inside it. I'd die if I saw a snake anywhere. I stepped over one once when we were in Greece. And he said, "What tree root?" I said, "That tree root." Turned around just to watch the tree root snaking off through the grass. And I stepped right over it. And it was a big one and all. No, I don't want anything up my pants legs. The only thing I've ever had up my trouser legs has been ants. Oh, little sod pots. You step on an ant's nest and they just crawl all over you. Thankfully, I don't think we have fire ants here. Lee Thompson. Or is it Leah? Oh, I'm buffering again, people. Sorry. Well, the cockroaches will all have disappeared because there's no food, Miguel. We'll leave home because it's the food's gone. Oh, sorry, people. The Arians had to get ticks off the dogs when they lived in Spain. Every time they went through long grass and everything, the dogs would get ticks, and because they got long hair, they had to make sure that they looked through them every time they went on a walk. They examined them all and looked through all the fur. No, these were Spanish ticks. The isolation's cracking you up. You've only been in it for about a day. What's with you, John? You've not done a week yet. I don't know what a chigger is, so. Or red dwarf. Oh, last Friday you isolated yourself. I don't think it helps with fleas, Miguel, no. I think fleas just don't care what they bite, do they? Yeah, my son used to watch Red Dwarf, and he also used to watch The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I can't say I've ever really watched either of them. Why are you self-isolating, John? Is it you that's ill, or are you just frightened of getting ill? Ah, what is it? Some kind of a flea thing that sticks on you, or what? A chigger? I don't think we have them in the UK. I might be wrong. Maybe somebody will correct me, but I don't think we do. It's like a small flea, yeah. What will freeze? What did I say about freezing? I don't remember saying anything about freezing. What did I say about freezing, people? Somebody tell me what I said about freezing, because I don't remember. Miguel's asking me what will freeze. Oh, yeah, I might have said fleas, not freeze. Yeah, you're right there, Chris. Oh, we had an epidemic of fleas once when I had a cat. Yeah. I just do the straightforward flap heel. This fish lips kiss heel thing there. I just do the ordinary straightforward, like a flap heel, where you pick up at the sides and go across. I don't want to freeze a flea. I said a flea. I didn't use you'd have a job freezing a flea. That little. No, we had an epidemic once when I had the cat. They brought them in the house. Oh, what to do? You had to fumigate everywhere. Yep. Only. You think the sea? Miguel, where are you? You have to catch the flea first, yeah. My ankles are just swollen up. Mm. Yeah, I don't. The comments aren't running behind. I just not with the frozen fleas bit. I just don't know where that came from. I didn't say I was going to freeze a flea. I just said the cat had a flea. Oh, yeah, flap heel, where you sort of need to flap and then you pick up the sides and go across with them. You haven't knitted a pair of socks, Miguel, so you don't know what's what. Oh, I just feel like putting my feet in a bowl of water. Yeah. Now, my feet have never been the same since. What's a flap heel? It's if you're knitting, which you don't do, Miguel. It's when you turn a heel. It's not something you're likely to have come across if you don't knit. So, so don't worry about it, Miguel. Oh no. I've got one of those foot things, you know, that you put in and it massages your feet. But I can't be bothered going to fetch it. Mm. Yeah. Who are we talking about? Christine? The dog? No, so I mean, that's why you won't understand, Miguel, because she's talking about Christine, the dog. Gigi's funny when it snows because he practically disappears in about 3 inches of snow because he's not that big. When he comes in, his undercarriage is absolutely sopping wet through because he's full of snow. Yeah. My gardener's coming on Monday. I can't wait for it to tidy up the garden a bit. It's gone a bit sort of shaggy looking. The bushes are a bit overgrown. They need a trim. The lawn's not doing too bad, actually. But I need to check the garden, make sure there's no poo-poo left from Poppy. Before she comes on Monday morning. And I'm hoping that Gigi's coming on Monday, although I don't know. His daddy might be working from home now, so, you know, because he's an office worker, so, you know, maybe he's home for the foreseeable future. I'll miss my little Gigi. But I miss him. I miss my little sausage when he's not here. I bet the animals are thinking, what the heck's everybody at home for? You know what cats are like? Blinking kids, what they're doing here all day. Go to school. Leave me alone. Dogs would be quite happy. They'd be wagging their tail wanting to play. But I bet the cats are all thinking, oh, please go away. They like to sleep all day. If the kids are off school, then they can't really sleep all day, can they, a cat? Yeah, I would love a cat. But neither Gigi nor neither G. Oh, God. No, I've not got it. Just got something stuck in my throat. Oh, dear. I mean, Poppy's a bit of a lap dog, even she's... I can't say I've been bored, really. Well, not since I got divorced. I've not been bored since I got divorced. How about that? I used to go to bed a lot when I was married just to get out of the way. He used to bug me because he'd be sat there watching the television, and then I used to go off to bed, and then he'd say, "Oh, I decided I'd have an early night too," and I'd have gone upstairs with my book so I could read. And then he used to say things like, "Turn the light off then," and I wouldn't be tired. I'd just gone up to get out of the way. I used to feel like getting up again and going downstairs. I said to him, "I've come up here to read." And he could have read downstairs. I said, "No, not while you're watching football." Men. Never understand them. I did think about getting a bunny, but my step-granddaughter had a bunny, and Arian said it stunk, so I don't know. It's the same with ferrets, isn't it? And rats and mice, they smell horrible. Whatever I got, Gigi wouldn't like it anyway. Ooh, that smells terrible. That will. Kelly hates this one. I thought of getting all kinds of things. I just don't like birds and fish. I just don't want a bird or a fish. My son used to have ferrets, but you've got to handle them a lot, otherwise they get a bit nasty and bite. So I couldn't really have a ferret running around the house with Gigi. Same with a rat or a mouse. I hate things in little cages. No, this is scented antibacterial or some of this stuff. The one I've been crocheting with before, it didn't smell, but this one I've just opened up it. Ooh. It's not a nice smell. It's like those, those cheap toilet fresheners. Like one of those. Kelly made I think it was a pram blanket with some. But she washed it. I think she did something to it in the washer. She either put it in the tumble dryer too hot or something. She did something to it. So all her work was ruined, if I remember rightly. It fades, honestly, it does, Chris. That the whole thing barely smells. It was just when I opened up this new ball of wool, it was in the package. I think if I took them out of the package, they would have smell would have faded by now. I've got a chain. Have you not seen that scented, what's it called? Something in cream. Like cotton stuff. They did scented ones of that, didn't they? I bought one just to see what it was like. That was a bit like toilet freshness. What's it called? Sugar and cream or lily and cream or something. That cotton stuff that people use for dishcloths. It's really expensive to get it here because, you have to buy it through like Amazon or Etsy or something. That really was weird. They had different colours that smelled of different things. I don't know if you ever saw it, Miguel. I'm sure it was sugar and cream. But it was horrible smelling. That was really horrible smelling. I mean, why do they have to put a scent into a cotton or a yarn? Don't understand. Because obviously the minute you wash it, it's going to go, isn't it? I like to wash things and put them in, you know, scented fabric conditioner. Something like that. You know, I like lavender smell of fabric conditioner. I've got a big bag of lavender in the bottom of the wardrobe. It's probably lost its smell by now. I bought it to make, you know, little lavender bags out of fabric. I got the fabric, got the lavender, and never made the bags. Because they're nice to hang on your coat hangers. You know, well, if you're a lady, when you put your dresses in the wardrobe, it's nice to have this lavender smell. I really like the smell of lavender. I'm an old-fashioned girl. I like rose and I like lavender. Yeah, it was all the rage a while back. Maybe they don't do it now, this scented cotton stuff. Yeah, maybe they stopped doing a scented one now, Miguel. Because I would imagine it would just wash out anyway, so why you pay extra for scented, I don't know. Yeah, it's not a nice smell, is it, Sean? It's like, I say, like a cheap toilet freshener. Oh dear, I sounded like Muttley there when I was laughing. In my chest creaking. That was making me laugh. Yeah, don't bother, Miguel. It's not nice. It stinks. They should call it stinky cotton. Oh, God. If anybody hasn't bought it, don't. Hello, Teresa. Oh, I'm on my last bit of warm coffee now. Or hot coffee, I should say. What are you doing, John? Oh. What, you thought you got the smell from the gas station? I was watching somebody's YouTube video. And I don't know, she bought this wool. Who was it now? She bought this wool and it was all right until she decided to wash it. And she said it smelled terrible when she washed it. Can't think who it was. I can't think. I'm terrible. Got memory like I don't know what. I've been watching so many people's videos trying to catch up. And if I watch them on the TV, I can't make a comment. You know, you can't write comments when you're watching on TV. Then I forget to come back, write a comment and take them out of my my mail list. I've forgotten who it was now. But I know she made a comment about this wool smelling dreadful when she washed it. Because she was asking if anybody else had had that problem. I don't like the smell of wet wool. Oh. You know, not superwash, the wet wool that smells like of lanolin. No, I wouldn't drink it out of the flask because I don't know how hot it is. It's a bit hot. Yeah, I would have burned my mouth if I'd have drunk it straight out of the flask. Yeah, I don't know whether it was lanolin it smelt of, but oh, I forget which. I washed. It was when we used to hand wash woolies, and it smelled horrible when I washed it. It almost smelt like wet sheep that had been out in the rain. It was. Mind you, I had a suede coat, full-length suede coat when I was a teenager. And I got caught in a thunderstorm when I was waiting for the bus to come home. And I could smell this coat. And everybody's kind of giving me dirty looks. It smelled like an old cow. It was awful. And I walked in the front room and my mum said, "Oh, stop, stop." She said, "Have you stood in something? Have you stood in some dog poo or something?" Oh, it was horrible. I mean, fortunately, once the coat dried out, it was okay. But, I mean, suede's like from like kind of leather, isn't it? So, makes you wonder what cows smell like. Hey, shh, don't invite them in. Perhaps the virus has got them all. They haven't been in the pubs, don't forget, because the pubs are shut. Probably all trying to find something to do to occupy their time. No, my flask's not got brandy in. No, I've already had chocolate, so the sugar in the brandy would push me over the edge with me levels, yeah. Yeah, the pubs are shut. Brilliant. All the drunks are hopefully drunk at home, not out on the streets causing bother, fighting and punching everybody, and oh, thank God for that. Probably be nice for the NHS workers not having to deal with all them people. Well, my friend who lives in Spain sent me a message last week saying that the beaches in Spain were closed, yeah. So, yeah, the Brits in Mallorca, in Benidorm, sorry, were making complete and utter idiots of themselves. You always find someone. We used to go on holiday, and you'd see these bunches of people and you'd think they were, oh, really rough. They'd be drunk and showing, you made you ashamed to be British because they used to be drunk and stupid and, oh, I used to think, don't sit near them. Don't anybody think we're British. We're like they are, You knew what they were like when they were going out on the plane, to go to Benidorm and places like that. Yeah, the one thing good about the virus and all that, maybe it'll clear out all the tramps, hobos and druggies out of Piccadilly Gardens in town now. Run them out of town. Let them go. So what you call the druggies and the drunks and the alcoholics and just... I've heard from Tony. Yeah, he called yesterday, funnily enough, yeah. Called to see me yesterday before he goes on lockdown. Yeah. As long as I can get me food, Teresa, I don't care if I'm locked in the house because I don't go out anyway. So I feel sorry for these people who have a really good social life, the ones who go play squash and football and stuff like that and they can't go. They must be crawling the walls, really. The ones who go to the gym every day and things and they can't go anymore. So I've never, ever been a gym bunny, ever in my life. I didn't mind doing exercises when I was young, like, yoga and stuff like that, but I've never been a gym bunny, ever. I just can't see the point of it. I'd rather do exercises where you're actually doing something, you know, like playing a game, like hockey, tennis, you know, badminton, squash, or just walking on the road to nowhere on a treadmill. It's just the most boring thing ever to me. Yeah, there'll always be those people, Teresa, that just won't listen to sense. Yeah, it's annoying for people to be told to stay in the houses. I mean, I was a bit, when they first said that, I'm like, I'm not staying in. I'm not staying in. This was me. I'm going to go out. I'll lie about my age. I'm going out. But then you realise after a while why they're asking you to stay home, don't you? It's not just for you. It's kind of for everybody else as well. Yeah, I don't belong to anything like that. You know, knit and natter groups or anything like that. You know, if I had places where I normally go to and enjoy myself, then probably I would feel, you know, a bit deprived if I couldn't go out. Yeah. But I don't, let's say I don't go out anyway. It's not that I can't go out, it's just I just prefer to stay home. When I stay home and I'm sat in my recliner, I'm not in any pain and it's wonderful. I mean, yeah, I go shopping on my scooter and stuff like that. But even on my scooter, it shakes me about like that. And when I come back in, my back's going. So we'll see how these new pain patches work when I have to change the pain patch on Tuesday. Let's hope this stronger one works better because the other one hasn't. I've just had to take 2 painkillers now because the pain patches don't do anything at all. Oh, so they're not going to stop. There's too many holes in crocheting for it to stop the viruses coming through. You'd have to put a mask underneath it and then use the cotton one as a bit of decoration or whatever you want to call it, you know, so they're not walking around with a paper one on or. But they say the paper ones are not much good anyway, don't they? But you need a proper face mask. Makes you wonder, why did we get rid of the gas masks after the war? Hi, Margaret. Yeah, somebody do a roaring trade, wouldn't they, selling the gas masks? What are chicken tenders? Are they just strips of chicken or something? We don't call them that over here, chicken tenders. Are they strips of chicken or are they in batter? Are they just plain chicken or what are they? Oh, the breaded chicken sticks, right, okay. Yeah, I don't think cotton would keep much out of it though. Because you could breathe the holes in the crochet and you'd just be breathing through. Yeah, crochet scarf. If you're going to put something around your nose, you need to put something that's like woven closely like fabric or something where the germs can't get through the little holes. Because it's airborne, isn't it? And it gets into your mouth. That's how, or on your nose, that's how come it starts off. So anything with holes in won't be any use at all. I think these crocheted face masks are just like a little bit of a fad, aren't they? Oh, look, I'm crocheting a mask. Doesn't matter, it doesn't work, but I'll crochet one anyway. Like the ones that have got lips on them, moustaches and stuff on them. It's just a fad, isn't it? Not going to help. Yeah, the sewn ones probably be okay if you put like enough layers so that the you know, that you put 2 or 3 layers of fabric, you know, to make one, and it fits you tightly. No, but it's not airborne. But if it's droplets, I mean, if anybody coughs near you, you'd still go through the holes in your crochet, wouldn't it? Yeah, something fabric is better, isn't it? Like you say, stitched masks that you sew with 2 or 3 layers of cotton. I mean, those paper, they say those paper masks are next to useless, don't they? There's some protection, I suppose, but you're just as good tying a bandana around, aren't you, or something like that. Like the bikers wear. You use your thieves' oil. What's the thieves' oil? Yeah, I suppose so, Miguel, but it's safer if you stay in. Then nobody can sneeze on you. Yeah, if I was going to go out, I'd wear a bandana or something. Yeah, you're in far more danger getting it off a door handle or something like that. People's gone through and touched a door handle, and then you touch your face, you know, anything like that. Yeah, I don't like staying inside like everybody else. You like to go out, don't you? At least I can go out on the deck. There's nobody coughing out on the deck. There's only me out there. There's only me and fresh air. I mean, when my niece come today, she still got the cough. So she just dropped me shopping in the kitchen, and then she went straight out onto the deck while she talked to me. So she was like about 8 foot away from me. And when she started to cough, she walked away to the other end of the decking and coughed over there. Yeah. Mm. Yeah, I certainly wouldn't trust a piece of crochet. No, I think just covering your mouth is, like you say, with something that's not porous, or as not porous as you can find, because most things are porous, aren't they? It's only proper surgical masks, not the paper things that you buy in the. I used to have a really good mask that we had when we were sandpapering, you know, and then using this fluidy stuff that you know you didn't want to get into your nose. They were really good ones. They were like metal, and they fitted to your face, and they had like a big thick cotton layer inside it. Yeah, you have to respect each other, which is missing in a lot of people these days. I mean, in some cases, it's bringing out the best in people, isn't it? Because people are like round here, people have been asking me if I'm okay, and my neighbours have been telling me to give me their phone numbers and telling me to ring them if they need, you know, if I need them. And then in other cases, it brings out the worst. All these people are grabbing everything off the shelves. And especially some of the little shops that are charging the earth for hand sanitizers. Yeah, they were saying that on the TV, Chris, that when all this is over, there'll be more divorce cases. Yeah, those paper ones are no good. You need the ones, like you say, the proper thick things that fit over. You can walk around with your Darth Vader mask on, couldn't you, I suppose? Looking something for Star Wars. Yeah, a fabric insert liner would probably be better, but not just crochet on its own, yeah. Yeah, that's the one we used to have. It was a mask that you used for painting and sanding, varnishing, because varnishing really affects your lungs, yeah. Yeah, they should bring out rationing or at least limitations. People shouldn't be allowed to go into the supermarket and pile about, I don't know how many packets of toilet rolls in the trolley. The supermarket shouldn't sell them. You know, if they'd have practiced more restraint in what they let people buy at the beginning of all of this, we wouldn't have had all this. This greed and whatever. I don't like these little corner shops that are charging at the earth for a little bottle of hand sanitizer or, antiseptic stuff. They're charging like 16, 18 pounds for a little bottle that normally costs about £3. I don't know how they can live with themselves. That's just plain and utter greed. I could not be like that. I mean, my shopping, I've just done ordinary shopping the last 2-3 weeks. I've not bought anything extra. Yeah, I don't know. Do you think they're going to go into exile with diarrhea or something? Now they're buying all the toilet rolls up. It's just... Yeah. All night, Nathan. Are you going to bed now? Night, night. Yeah, I've got latex gloves that I would use if I was doing anything mucky or something like that. I mean, when I went out and brought the bins in, you're handling the handles, aren't you, that the bin men have been handling. I gave my hands a really good wash after that. Because I don't know what the bin men had on their hands. I should have put gloves on to go and fetch them in. But I didn't. I wheeled them in, and then when I wheeled them in, I thought, oh, that was a bit daft. So I went back inside and washed all my hands really well. Oh, I believe in karma. I believe in it. I believe it comes and bites them on the bum. It's not that some can't understand Margaret. It's just that some don't care. It's every man for himself, isn't it? And I don't know where this attitude came from. It was never there when I was a kid. Anybody who's older like me will remember all the camaraderie and all the... I mean, there was always black market stuff, but not to the extent where they took it off the shelves. It's just that they weren't there on the shelves to have. The black market where they used to get them some other way, some illegal way they used to get them. But they are allowing people out for essentials, aren't they? Like food and that. But they're saying, just don't. I mean, if people weren't rushing into the stores, there wouldn't be all these crowds, and then there wouldn't be all these people next to each other in each other's faces. If everybody was sensible, and just went to the store when they actually needed something. There wouldn't be like hordes and hordes of people in stores. It's just this element of panic buying. You know, even if you're going to be in for 14 days and you live on your own, you're not going to need 80 toilet rolls, are you? You know, come on. I mean, if you live on your own, you don't use one toilet roll a day, do you? So you don't need, like I say, packets and packets of the things. It's like people buying pasta and buying rice. You live on your own, you don't want a shelf full of pasta and a shelf full of rice. That means that the poor people who can only afford to go shopping once a week a pack lasts me. I'm on my own. A packet of toilet rolls lasts me ages. It's just, I don't know what they do with it. I have no idea what they do with all that toilet roll. I hope they attract rats that comes in the house and eats the toilet rolls up and stays in the house and eats the house. Anybody who hoards food like rice and pasta deserves to get rats that come in and eat everything. Vermin. There were sections in the paper. How do I get rid of rats? Won't there? What are the rats eating? They've eaten 12 packets of pasta. Yeah, well, what did you have 12 packets of pasta for in the first place? They'll go out of date anyway. Most of them aren't, Miguel. Come on. Most of them are shopping for themselves, the greedy beasts. A lot of people don't even go and see if their elderly parents are fine. One time, people would have always thought about their parents being on their own, always thought about grandma. Yeah, people can't make things, Chris, anymore. I must admit, I wouldn't know how to make pasta, but then I wouldn't want to because I don't really eat pasta. But like Kelly can make her own pasta and stuff like that. In 3 months, hopefully it will be all over anyway. Yeah, serves her right, doesn't it, Craft Angel? Serves her right. Yeah, I've not even got any flour in because I don't bake anymore. I mean, at one time I would have had flour in, I could have made cake or something like that. Or made scones, whatever you call them. I used to make them every week. You know, plain scone. You call them like I don't know what you call them. A dumpling or something you call them, don't you? I don't know what you call them. Biscuits, that's what you call them. You know, you could use those at the... Yeah, but that's a rarity, isn't it, Miguel? That's not the majority. Some people are shopping for more than one person, I agree. But other people are just shopping for themselves and just being greedy. My ice cream cart hasn't been today. If he does come round, I'm not buying anything from him anyway. He doesn't look the most hygienic of people. Yeah, there's a picture on Facebook near where I have that they had a load of eggs. It was like a farm shop. And they were saying, why do people never think about us? They had vegetables, they had everything. Yeah, that's why there should be rationing, Chris, because if there was rationing, you would get coupons, and you would get a coupon for yourself and you would get a coupon for your relatives. So they would know you weren't buying 2 4-packs for yourself. They would know you were buying one for somebody else and one for somebody else if you had it. You know, if you had that, yeah. My leg is still sore. Yeah, I have to put a crest of fresh dressing on it, yeah. Yeah, coupons. A fair weight is like bringing the rationing back, or self-imposed. You can only have 1 pack unless you can prove that you're shopping for somebody else. Yeah. I mean, there's so many people say, oh, I'm shopping for my grandma, I'm shopping for my auntie. When they're not at all, they're just being greedy and shopping for themselves. I mean, when it was the war and you had rationing, if you were going for your elderly auntie, you took her ration book with you, so that the bloke knew that it was 2 different names on the ration book. And, you know, they had dates on them, so you could only buy certain things on that date. So he would know you weren't buying it all for you. You'd be buying some for your mother and some for your auntie and some for you. You know, that's how I remember rationing. I mean, I'm old enough to remember rationing, where you could only have so much sugar and you could only have so much butter. And, you know, but everybody got some then. There was nobody went without. You know, it's just, there wasn't much of anything, but everybody got some. It wasn't like the rich get rich and the poor get poorer. They do need to do some kind of a rationing situation. Because like you say, I agree, Miguel, a lot of people have to rely on other people to go shopping. So it is hard for you to say, yeah, well, I do need 3 loaves because I'm shopping one for me, one for my mum and one for my auntie, you know. And, you know, that's why it's you can prove it if you've got a rationing book. You can prove it. I mean, I've still got some meals in the freezer that Kelly gave me. But this was all before we knew there was all this yeah. Yeah, this is what's spoiling it, Chris. Greedy people buying for themselves and then putting it on eBay and selling it for all sorts of money. It's thieving. It is, honestly. It's dishonest and it's thieving. And if they think that's fair, whatever. It's like these shops who are selling all these things for inflated prices. I hope when this all is over that nobody goes and shops in that shop. That people say, no, he charged, yeah. No, the younger generation have never known what it's like. You have to be my age to remember that, where there is nothing. When you had a little bit of meat and you had to spread it round, you got some ridiculous little amount of butter. I mean, most people would put that amount of butter on a bread. You know, but you got like 4 ounces of butter or something, or 2 ounces of butter or something per person per week when you were on a rationing. You only had so much sugar per person per week. I don't understand why people are buying in fresh vegetables, buying glut, buying fresh vegetables. Yeah, people dug up their backyards and made victory gardens. Yeah, people grew food. Any little piece of ground that was nobodies was signs of like commandeered, and people just took it over and grew vegetables in it. You know, it was just, people had hens, people had eggs to try and eke out the supplies. Everybody was kind of resourceful. Even fabric that was on a ration. You know, you couldn't buy clothes and shoes and things. Everybody made do. Everybody gave to people who didn't have it. Somebody was getting married, people would go through the house and see what they had left over. They had any towels or sheets or anything. You know, it's I mean, a lot of people are talking about doing gardens. I was watching, she called Crafternoon Trees, and she was thinking of making raised, she has trouble with her back like me, making raised beds, digging up part of her lawn and making raised beds, and growing some vegetables and things. She said she knew she wouldn't be self-sufficient, but it would be helping. Yeah. Oh, there's a great deal of make do and mend. People traded clothes, people cut down things, and yeah, I don't blame them. If I was fit and I had a garden, I've got lawn, but it's on 3 different levels, so it would be very difficult for me to make a vegetable patch anywhere. But I would grow vegetables again, but I would have to make them in pots and things. I threw all my plant pots away about 3 or 4 years ago, and my back was so bad I couldn't do it. Well, I didn't throw them away, I gave them away, to be honest. I mean, I didn't grow much. I wasn't very successful as a gardener, but they did taste really nice, the little bits and pieces that I managed to grow. I did very well with lettuce, yeah. I had all different kinds of lettuce. I had about 4 different kinds of lettuce. But being a novice gardener, I made the mistake of planting too many at once. Instead of planting 2 or 3 and then waiting a few days and then planting another 2 or 3. I was a bit silly. I just planted a load of them, and then they all came ready together at once, and I was just eating lettuce, and I had it all over blue because I shouldn't have planted it all at once, yeah. But I would learn. I grew onions, I grew peas, I grew courgettes, although I didn't get many courgettes. I only got 2 or 3 courgettes. Tomatoes one year, I had an absolute fantastic crop of tomatoes one year. Next year, I was a bit of a failure with them, but it was some kind of a blight that everybody who grew tomatoes got, so I didn't feel too bad about that. Yeah, but I grew peas, I grew beans, like I said, courgettes, I grew cabbage. Lettuce, I did a wonderful with my lettuce and my spring onions, yeah. I didn't grow potatoes or anything like that because I was growing them in planters, and you need it deep, you know, to grow potatoes and things. Same with carrots, you need a deep thing with carrots, and the soil has to be very, very soft. Otherwise your carrots all warp into different shapes and everything. Yeah, I did quite well. Did quite well for my little tiny, you know, window box type things. I grew a lot of herbs as well. They grew like crazy. I had all different kinds of herbs, you know, thyme and mint and stuff, and coriander and everything. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't do well with broccoli. I don't know what happened with the broccoli, but I didn't do very well with that. Onions, I only grew the little, you know, the salad onions, the little slim things, because I knew that I couldn't grow the big ones because I didn't have enough ground to do them. Yeah, it's just also up in Scotland. She's got a little greenhouse that she's, you know, starts her plants off in. And I told you she's got established fruit bushes in the garden that the people before had, had planted, type of thing. She's got a fridge freezer in the garage full of fruit that the couple who had the house before left. And she's hoping to grow more things this year, because last year they were moving in and different things, but last year they just got prepared all the beds and everything ready. And her husband's retired now, her partner's retired now, so they plan on growing a lot more veggies, being a bit more self-sufficient. Yeah. So I was pulling her leg. I was saying, like, It's the Good Life. That used to be a series that was on TV here, where they lived in an ordinary semi-detached like I do, and they turned even the front garden into a vegetable patch, much to the annoyance of everybody that was living in the neighbourhood. They had all cabbages and stuff growing in the front garden. I don't have a front garden really. I've got a little bit. I used to have a big garden, but we had to get rid of it, so I had to park the cars. Yeah. All right. Night. We'll see you next week. Yeah. What, you missed the Good Life, did you, Teresa? Yeah. And they had the pigs and the chickens. I used to love Margot. She was so snooty, wasn't she? Yeah, I should have got a greenhouse instead of getting this shed, because then I could have at least grown a few little bits and pieces in the greenhouse, yeah. Away from the slugs and the pests and everything. I mean, it doesn't take that much if you live on your own. You don't have to shed loads of stuff, do you? And my tomatoes might have done well in the shed, in the greenhouse. I had them outside, you see, and it was a very wet summer. And that's when they all went rotten from the stem. They all went rotten. But I was speaking to an old gardener who had an allotment down the bottom of the gardens when he used to take Buster down there. And he was saying, is it all gone the same way? And I didn't feel so bad then, because he was a very well-seasoned gardener. He'd been gardening for years. Yeah. I used to see him coming up with his little wheelbarrow, and he'd have like leeks and carrots and all sorts in his wheelbarrow that he was taking home. Yeah, my shed is so tiny, honestly, Jill. It's just a tiny little thing. And at the time, I only wanted it for my lawnmower and that. But I've just told my son to clear it out, because my lawnmower is probably rusted over by now, because I've never used it for years. So I just said, get rid of it all. I've got a hedge trimmer that's seized up. I've got all sorts in there. So just get rid of it all. So I'm not selling it because it's not working. I'd give it away if anybody could mend it, but I'm not even going to try and sell it, because people would complain it's not working here. We did that one year. We had this bright idea we'd buy a sack of potatoes. It was cheaper than that. Then when they got to the bottom of the bag, they all started sprouting and stuff. So I was with my husband then, and he just stuck them in the garden. And we kind of forgot about them until they started coming up. And we only had little teeny potatoes that grew off them. But they were lovely. They were beautiful. Yeah. I don't really have anywhere to put them. Before I had the porch altered, I used to have shelving in the porch, and we used to start the plants off in the porch. The little seedlings and that, because it was nice and warm in the porch. But when I had the porch redone, there's no shelving now in the porch. So I've got nowhere to put them. Because I can do some herbs pruned in a little pot. But I don't cook as much now as I used to, so I wouldn't be using any herbs really. I wouldn't mind growing chives. Some chives and some mint I wouldn't mind growing. Because I used to like chopped chives, like in scrambled eggs and things like that. I used to grow carrots when I was young, just from the top of the carrot. My mum used to cut the top of the carrot off and we used to put it in a bit of water. But we never had anywhere to, I lived in a little terrace house when I was a kid. We never had anywhere to put them. It was always just one carrot I was growing. All these ferns came growing out of it. It was just fascinating. Yeah, I watched a program on YouTube where people were cutting little bits of vegetables up and sort of, planting them and they were growing, yeah. We grew something from a lemon pip. I think it was a lemon pip, an orange pip. Obviously, it never grew any fruit, but it just made a nice little plant. We were just doing it with our Ian just to teach him, how things grow. We let him have his own little seeds and put them in we put them in like little old ice cube trays at first, just to let them start off. Yeah.